Justin Trudeau has gone rogue. He jumped the gun without a bullet. He raised serious accusations against India but offered no concrete evidence. He just stood in his country's parliament and leveled a serious charge. Days later, the one big question remains: where is the proof? It's a tragic fall from grace for a leader who was once celebrated for his liberal policies, his strong advocacy for feminism, his support for abortion rights, and his activism on climate change. But for all these credentials, he has become a toast, not just on the global stage, but also domestically. His allies in the Anglosphere have abandoned him. The opposition is steering into his misfire on India. His supporters say he has left them embarrassed. His prospects of winning the next election are fading. Even Indian Canadians say he has put their lives in danger. The man has practically everything going against him, and all of this is the result of his actions over the last few days. What exactly did he do? Let's find out. Hello and welcome. This is Gravitas Plus. I am Molly Gambhir. This story begins on the 8th of September. Justin Trudeau landed in India expecting a grand welcome. He did not get any. He also did not get a bilateral meeting. His poolside talks with the Indian Prime Minister were also strained by the Khalistan row. And after this fiasco, Trudeau waited for an additional 2 days in Delhi. Why? Due to a technical snag in his plane. He was supposed to leave on Sunday. He left on Tuesday. Back home, the Canadian opposition mocked his lackluster performance. They accused him of making a fool out of their country. So what did Trudeau do upon returning? He tried making up for his abysmal visit to India through an exaggerated diplomatic show of force. He raised serious accusations against India over the killing of the terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. If we look at the statement that he made, one phrase stood out: credible allegations. Trudeau said there were apparently credible allegations linking India to the killing of the terrorist. I repeat, allegations, not evidence. By all means, this statement was aimed at resonating with his domestic audience. Only that Trudeau forgot that the parliament proceedings were being watched globally. Also, why is he after India? Why is he throwing such accusations at India? Let me just take you back in time here. The same Justin Trudeau stood silent over the murder of Karima Baloch, a Baloch activist who was living in Canada to escape persecution by the Pakistani state. She was found dead near Lake Ontario. Human rights groups accused Pakistan for her death. Trudeau did not even acknowledge the allegations. His government ensured they were downplayed. Same story when it comes to China. A Canadian opposition leader complained about being targeted by a Chinese diplomat. Chong's allegations were proven by Canada's own spy agency. It said that Chong was being targeted for criticizing China over its treatment of Uyghur Muslims. But what did Trudeau do? He remained silent. Why? Why is his activism restricted only to India? Is it because of vote bank politics, or is it because of his links to Khalistani sympathizers? Well, the answer seems to be a mix of both. Let me just take you back to 2018. That is when Justin Trudeau visited India. And during this visit, he played to the galleries by visiting the Golden Temple in Amritsar. Do you know who was part of his entourage? Jaspal Atwal, a separatist who is convicted of trying to assassinate an Indian minister. And if that wasn't enough, the same year, the Canadian government went on to remove Khalistani extremism from its report on terrorist threats vis-à-vis India and Canada. This was despite Canadian think tanks warning him not to do so. Take this report, for instance. MacDonald Laurier Institute. It called the Khalistan movement a geopolitical project by Pakistan which threatens the national security of Canadians as well as Indians. Yet, Justin Trudeau did not listen. He had vote bank politics on his mind. You see, there are over 6 lakh people of the Sikh community in Canada. Though all of them may not be Khalistan supporters, this is a significant vote bank. Let me explain. In the 2021 election, Trudeau's Liberal Party bagged 160 seats. This was 10 seats short of the magic number 170. And guess whose support Trudeau took to come to power? The New Democratic Party, backed by Jagmeet Singh, it secured 25 seats. So the NDP's support to Trudeau became critical for the survival of his government. So who is Jagmeet Singh? Well, besides being an Indian-origin Canadian MP, he is also a known Khalistani sympathizer. In the year 2013, he was denied a visa to India, allegedly over his links with extremists. In June 2015, he participated in a pro-Khalistan rally in San Francisco. And in March this year, he was slammed for, quote-unquote, raising concerns over the arrest of Khalistan proponent Amritpal Singh. These are the kind of leaders Justin Trudeau relies on to stay in power. And this pretty much sums up his anti-India rhetoric, something that he seems to have inherited in legacy, by the way. You see, Trudeau's father, Pierre Trudeau, also faced accusations of being anti-India. In 1982, he refused the extradition of Khalistani terrorist Talvinder Singh Parmar. The Indian government sought Parmar's extradition due to the killing of police officers in India, but Pierre Trudeau declined the request. You know what followed next? Parmar orchestrated a mid-air bombing of an Air India flight in 1985. It resulted in the death of 329 people. 268 of them were Canadian citizens. And it gets worse. A book on Parmar's life claimed that Canadian intelligence agencies knew that the attack was being planned, yet the information regarding these activities was not taken seriously. 4 decades on, another Trudeau is in power. Canadian think tanks are warning him about the perils of letting Khalistani sympathizers thrive, but he's not taking action and has played this dangerous game over the years. In fact, some sections of the international media have been focusing on his personality and looks. These are the kind of stories they have been doing on him. 25 reasons why the world is obsessed with Justin Trudeau. We need to talk about this picture of Justin Trudeau, the meaning of Justin Trudeau's tattoo. And this one, let Justin Trudeau in his pajamas brighten your Monday. In contrast, this is how the Canadian media covers their Prime Minister. Just some headlines. Trudeau failed the moral test of leadership. Trudeau drops into another pitfall of his own making. Trudeau's troubling climate evangelism. And how the Trudeau government is failing the world's most vulnerable despite its feminist aid policy. The point I'm making is simple. There is less to this leader than what meets the eye. Is his global image largely the product of people's fascination with the novelty of his personal brand? What about matching his words with action? For example, the Canadian Prime Minister likes to present himself as a climate hero. In a motion passed in 2019, his government called climate change a real and urgent crisis. And before the ink was even dry on this, Trudeau and his cabinet approved the highly controversial Trans Mountain Pipeline extension, a crude oil extraction project that is estimated to release 130 million additional metric tons of carbon dioxide each year. Let me end with this. He may have a famous last name and Canada's top job, but Justin Trudeau is a far cry from being a statesman.